Won't you be my neighbor? Will you be my neighbor? Will you be my neighbor? Can you be my neighbor? Yes. Okay, let's dive into this. So this was just posted immediately before I clicked start streaming today. And I haven't looked at it at all. We're going to look at it right now. Welcome home, adventurers. Or in this case, welcome to the neighborhood, adventurers. So far, yes, neighborhoods. Yes, we're going to finally talk about neighborhoods. In our series of articles, we've shared information on our philosophy, decorating, and rewards for housing in World of Warcraft. It's time to bring you into the neighborhood. So this is huge because, as you know, or probably know, I was there at the housing summit in May. I personally tested the housing system myself at the Blizzard office. I know all about this. And when we were discussing this feature with the devs, they said they could not tell us anything about neighborhoods yet. And I tried very hard to get any kind of crumbs of information about neighborhoods because this seems like the core of it. This seems like the thing that's going to elevate it from being just your everyday MMO housing system to being the best. Really. So let's finally get some information about this. I've been waiting so long. Let me squeeze this a little bit. Okay. It's time to bring you to the neighborhood. Briefly mentioned our first post on housing. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of what neighborhoods are and how they work. Before we dive into things, usual disclaimers apply. Neighborhoods are a work in progress. Names, images, numbers, timing, and more may change between now and when housing is released. Our goal in sharing this ahead of time is to get your feedback. So please let us know what you think. So, feedback. That is how they're guiding their development process. They want to know what you think so they know what to work on and what's a problem before it becomes an actual problem in the game. This land is your land. As a quick refresher, homes in World of Warcraft are separated into 2 neighborhood zones. So there's going to be 2 residential districts. Housing for Alliance, Founders Point, and Razorwind Shores for the Horde. And so this means you're going to get 2 houses. You don't just get one. You get one for your Alliance characters, one for your Horde characters. But Horde can visit your Alliance house. Alliance can visit your Horde house. So it's, I gotta be careful how I say that. Horde house. I better enunciate on that. I don't know what kind of house you're running, but each neighborhood is made up of roughly 50 plots of the same size, all of which contain a house. We want players with different preferences for locations to find a plot that's perfect for them, be they vibe-based, or looking for something for a specific character. Some plots are placed far away from everything for hermits, while others are grouped together in small cul-de-sacs of 2 to 3 houses, perfect for a small group of friends. Other houses are in larger groupings for folks looking for more hustle and bustle. Similarly, there's a variety of biomes in each zone, ranging... Oh, and I'll tell you this. Whenever I was talking to the devs about this, they said that they were doing testing where they would let people go into the neighborhood and see what houses did not get picked. Like, what plots did people not go to, did not want to use? And then they've gone to those unwanted plots and improved them and spruced them up so that they would be more appealing, so that you don't have a situation where everybody wants like 3 or 4 plots and there's some plots nobody wants. They really are trying to avoid that situation. So you'll have spooky forests and autumnal farmland in the Alliance area to the lush oases and windswept bluffs in Razorwind Shores. So for their design of these different zones, they've said that they want to use inspiration from the starting zones for Horde and Alliance, but I think they're mostly looking at like human starting zones versus like orc starting zones. So like Durotar inspiration and Westfall, Elwyn inspiration on the other side. In both neighborhoods, you'll find a dynamic central hub area Now here we go. This is the new stuff. This is the new information. Full of both NPC activity and endeavors. What is an endeavor? What is that? Okay, let me fix my music. Hold on, music, stop. An important consideration for us, and one of the reasons these zones are so big, is we want to give player... Oh, it's a picture! Ample space. Partly because having a yard that you can decorate... Now, this is something we could not test at all at the Housing Summit. They did not allow us to go outside. We could only see the inside, and they wouldn't even answer questions about the outside, really. But also because we want to make sure there's enough room between plots that players didn't run afoul of each other's yards. What? I'm gonna throw a baseball in the other person's yard. You won't have to worry about your neighbor's old growth tree jutting through your delicately constructed hedge maze, so you don't need to navigate tree law. That is good. Okay, here's some pictures. How big are these yards? Is every yard going to be the same size? What kind of stuff can I put outside? Did you listen to my suggestion to make a garden that I could use and grow housing specific items? Oh, here's like a more spooky forest. Oh yeah, sort of duskwood. Oh wow, this is nice. Here's one sitting on a big cliff with the waterfall under it. Oh, that's beautiful. What mountain is that? Are we building new mountains? How are they gonna figure... Like, is this gonna be in the map of the game world? How's this gonna work? Where is it geographically? I guess it doesn't matter. HOA? What? No! Actually, HOA might not be that bad of an idea. It's not just a question of where you choose to live, but who you choose to live near. That is important. Don't worry. There aren't actually any HOAs here unless players choose to. We can make an HOA. I think there need to be rules, okay? If there's no rules, there's going to be bunarchy in the neighborhood. We can't have people putting out seasonal decorations out of season, okay? If it's midsummer, you put up your midsummer fire crap, and when midsummer is over, you need to take that shit down, okay? We can't have people's Christmas trees sitting in their yard until freaking February. I'm not going to have that in our neighborhood, okay? No. If you have... you need to decorate when it's seasonally appropriate and put that shit away when you are done with the holiday. So it's nice for everyone. And what if the neighborhood is looking for some kind of a particular aesthetic? Okay. We don't want to have another, like, Chocobo house exterior scenario. Right. Neighborhoods are persistent, so anyone you live near will be your neighbor forevermore. Making this decision important. Though you can move at any time, so don't worry too much. This allows your neighborhood to be customized, and you can work with other neighbors to progress it together. Now we're getting into the meat of this. There's two types of neighborhoods. Public neighborhoods. These are created as needed by the game servers. And anyone can buy a house in them. Holy shit. What a concept. Oh my god. I don't know how you figured that out in a 20-year-old game, but, you know, kudos to you for at least making the effort making this possible. I can't believe this. As they fill up, new instances are created. So players looking for a house shouldn't see a message about all the neighborhoods being full. Thank you. FFXV is still catching strays. I know. I know. Public neighborhoods are run by the game as well, including naming it with a semi-procedurally generated name. What? Organizing endeavors. What are you gonna name? What do you mean semi-procedural? This is gonna be like you don't have the right. Organizing endeavors. And keeping the neighborhood running, however, is needed. These are created and the private neighborhoods are owned by players, so obviously it's going to be private. You can make a guild neighborhood, which we will do, most likely, or by arbitrary groups of players as charter neighborhoods. Very cool. To create and maintain a private neighborhood, there's a minimum number of players, not characters. So it's going to be account based, who must be in the guild or charter, as well as eventually a minimum number of players who must live in the neighborhood. Okay. This is due to technical concerns around server and database performance, as neighborhoods are significantly more complicated than a single instance. It is, which is why most games don't attempt to do this, but I think after having seen how much it adds to the experience in FF14 to have the neighborhood, I really appreciate that they've decided to do that, because it is wonderful having the ability to throw a block party and to live next to the same people all the time. Like, it really adds a lot. And we used to say that really, the fact they're putting in neighborhoods has changed the whole conversation about MMO housing. Because we used to think it was always, you have to make a choice between you get the neighborhood or everybody can get a house. But now we don't have to make that choice anymore. We can have our cake and eat it too. Guild and charter neighborhoods have largely the same functionality. They can be named by their owners, and the names do not have to be unique. Okay. Players control who can live in them. For guilds, this is via the guild roster. If a guild removes someone, the player will also be removed from the neighborhood. Oh my god. So when you get G-kicked, you get evicted as well. Yes. Man, y'all better be on your good behavior, because apparently... Wait, okay. But what if... Oh my god. I'm imagining a scenario where sometimes you have to leave the guild to, like, transfer a character. You know, like, what if you transfer a character, or what if you want to do a faction change? If you leave the guild temporarily. Okay, I'll keep reading. Maybe it's gonna explain it in a second. Charters have manual control over who can live there via a special UI. There's permission system for who can control the settings, membership, etc. Right. That's what I was told at the summit, that you'll be able to decide who goes into your house. It can be no one. It can just be a couple people or whatever. They're going to give you full control over that. Managing endeavors is the responsibility of the owner and managers. Well, you haven't explained what endeavors are yet. So I don't know what this is yet. There's one big difference, however, between guild and charter neighborhoods. Guild neighborhoods will have... Oh man, is that a Jara? Yes. Guild neighborhoods will have homes available for everyone in a guild through additional attached instances. What? No way! Regardless of the guild's size. No way! While charters are limited to the maximum number of plots in a neighborhood. So they're gonna make sure that everyone in the guild can be in the same guild neighborhood. They'll just keep adding, like, subdivisions, essentially. Wow. No bunny left behind. Nobody left behind. Nice. Cool. Okay. Oh, these are finally some pictures. I wish I could, like, make these pictures bigger. What do you think? Oh, so this is a really nice plot. It's a Jara. I see in the distance that looks like a Blood Elf style tower, doesn't it? There's a stream behind you, a mountain. Oh man, that's gorgeous. The dream of living in a Jara is real. And here's something that's more like sort of Duratar, Barons type. Oh wow, and this is like Senjin Village vibes. So you can have like a little coastal property if you want. You can. This looks like it's on a cliff. Like look at that in the distance. Looks like the top of Thousand Needles, doesn't it? Oh man, are they gonna try to resurrect some of the vibe of Thousand Needles? Because it's gone in the current game after Cataclysm. That would be awesome. This is what it looks like. It looks like you're at the top, almost like you're at the top of one of these mesas or cliffs. Cool. Oh my god, look. I see little minions. I see little minions running around. Let's enhance. I can't enhance. I'll have to use snipping tool so you can see what I'm talking about. Look. Look at that. Those are way too tiny to be like just... It's gotta be your minions. They're gonna let you probably have your minions running around. Maybe as furniture or something. Look how tiny they are. That's your little guys. Or maybe it's just random wild battle pets? I don't know. Don't you be my neighbor? 2 questions they've gotten a number of times that we want to quickly answer. Question 1. What happens if I don't like my neighbors? Neighborhood. If you get bad neighbors. We designed this to be frictionless and straightforward. So you can just get up and move. You can choose to relinquish a house at any time. At which point, your house's state will be saved, ready to be unpacked with a click when you purchase a new house elsewhere. When you move out, there's a regret timer started. If you made an impulsive decision. Oh my god. So if you change your mind before purchasing a new house, you can move right back in. It's kind of like, as a child, did you ever try to run away from home? I did. You ever like pack up your little sack of stuff? You get to the end of the driveway, you're like, wait. Maybe not. Maybe not. How will I purchase Doritos? I don't have a job. Right. Once you buy a new place, or the timer elapses, your old house will go back up for sale, and another player can buy it. It's worth calling out that if you are evicted from a private neighborhood, your house is also packed up too. Okay, that's good. So you'll be able to start afresh somewhere else. That's what they told me. They said it's going to be very simple. You just bloop, bloop, you know, pick it up, drop it wherever you want to go next. So you're not going to have to redo everything all over again. Like can happen in other games where you are SOL. And you got to figure out how to pull all that shit back together. If you can find a new place at all. Can people just walk into my yard house? Wait a minute. Once you buy a new place, isn't this free? It's free, right? It's free real estate, is my understanding. Maybe they give you the currency or whatever. It depends. We want your house to be your space and for you to feel safe there, but also recognize that some people are more social. To that end, both your plot and your house have independent permissions that can be set to allow or deny friends, guildmates, neighbors, or anyone. This lets you, for example, allow anyone onto your plot, but only friends and guildmates inside. Okay. Of course, these permissions can be changed at any time. If you want to make it private for a book club meeting in the afternoon, then open it up for a dance party at night. Oh, wow. They know we want the dance parties. These permissions are frequently checked. So if you do change them, It will remove anyone whose permissions are no longer valid. Oh, wow. So if you're having a party and you need to get someone out of there who's causing a problem, you can you just kick that specific person out who is like causing issues? I wonder. Probably. That's good. That's really good. Okay. There's a smallish gold cost. Free to build, cost to move. Oh, okay. My rogue is gonna set up booby traps throughout the yard. That makes a lot of sense. This is the part where we talk about endeavors. Yay! Okay, endeavors. What is it? This is our first time hearing about this. Endeavors are a neighborhood-wide activity, open to anyone who lives in the neighborhood. Endeavors occur approximately once a month, and when a new endeavor becomes available, the neighborhood is provided with the opportunity to learn from various cultures and factions of Azeroth by completing different tasks. Oh, what? Okay, so... Let me think about it. Does this mean we could have Tuskar Week in the neighborhood? And then during that week, the Tuskar roll up and you do stuff for them. It'll give you like Tuskar themed furniture. That would be so sick. Players in private neighborhoods can choose from a selection of endeavors. Yeah, protect the soup. Let the chef come and visit us. Though occasionally a set endeavor appears to highlight things happening in the world. Oh, okay. So it might even send you out into the world. In public neighborhoods, the game servers are responsible for choosing which endeavors are active. Oh, wow. So if you're in a private neighborhood, you can decide which one you want to happen. Wow, they let you choose so that maybe everybody wants the same thing. And so it makes a lot of sense. So you might share goals that way. But it also means that I'm don't know. I'm kind of... You could get... If you're in a private neighborhood, who's going to decide that? Right? Who's going to be the person who chooses? Who's in charge of the private neighborhood is my question. Is it going to be up to a vote? Or if you happen to be in the private neighborhood, like, could I bully everybody into doing the endeavor I want every month? I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I prefer it to be up to whatever the game servers choose. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to bully you and like coerce you into like, we're gonna do night elf stuff every month. And the mayor of Bunville. I guess it would be whoever has set up the private neighborhood. Yeah. Well, I guess I would put it to a vote. I would probably put it to a vote. Each endeavor. But wait a minute. Couldn't you... Okay, since you have two houses, you have one for Alliance and you have one for Horde, couldn't you just go to your Horde character and like double up on things? I guess so. So this way you could experience whatever is going on in your Horde neighborhood plus whatever is in your Alliance. Each endeavor has a group of tasks that are collectively completed by the neighborhood. As tasks are completed, more NPCs from that area show up. Oh wow, look, Valshara! That's cool. Oh man. Okay, this is awesome. This is awesome. As tasks are completed, more NPCs from the area showed up, making various themed decorations available to the inhabitants, or even visiting players from other neighborhoods. And the neighborhood changes visually to be decorated in that faction's fashion. The number of tasks required scales with neighborhood size. So a 50-player neighborhood will have to complete more tasks than a 10-player neighborhood. Similarly, if a neighborhood is less active, future endeavors for that neighborhood will also scale their requirements down to accommodate. That makes a lot of sense. So depending on how many people can participate, it's going to be doable no matter what size of a neighborhood that you happen to be in. But yeah, that's really neat. Though this looks like a cursed tree. It's a nightmare event. You're going to have nightmare themed furniture. That would be awesome. That'd be amazing. Yes. Yes, it's really, really great because it will incentivize players to go in the open world, yeah, and tie back into the game itself. That's why neighborhoods are going to be such a W feature, because it's not a set it and forget it thing. You have reasons to be there, reasons for it to send you out into World of Warcraft, and then you go out into World of Warcraft and it sends you back to your neighborhood, and it's like this a healthy cycle. It's like a good gameplay loop instead of teleport to your house, drop off a chair, and you're done. You know, nobody's gonna stay engaged with it in the long term without this kind of stuff that makes it exciting every month. And by the way, having this endeavor happen every month, just another thing that they're doing to fight for your sub fee, giving you yet another reason to log in every month and stay subscribed every freaking month. I've noticed that they are doing a lot of that lately. Really trying to give you the value for the money you're spending. The tasks themselves, I wanted to zoom in on this a little more. Let's enhance before we move on. I see a wandering ent. There's a portal there. That portal probably takes you straight to Val'sharah. I see there's a tree guy. You know what would be amazing to come out of this? Is like other kinds of cosmetics. For example, like a nightmare themed druid form for tree form. Or glyphs, like glyph effects for different classes. Nightmare themed glyph effects, that kind of stuff. Like different little random small cosmetics. Even things like maybe hairstyles or emotes, guys. I think that this is going to be a perfect way to help encourage players to get that kind of stuff. This is beautiful. I'm so hyped. I am so hyped right now. Okay. The tasks themselves run the gamut of gameplay. Hold on, let me... Okay. So what kind of things are they asking you to do? Crafting, gathering, questing, dungeons or raids? We want there to always be a way for any given player to contribute to the endeavor, regardless of how they choose to engage with World of Warcraft. Nice. So they're not going to force you into doing anything that you wouldn't naturally do. They just want to reward you for playing the game and participating in a way that you would enjoy the most. Successfully completing tasks not only yields rewards expected from that sort of task's gameplay. Oh, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Completing dungeons or raids has a specific expected reward. Surely you don't mean like gear upgrades. I don't think they mean, there's no way they mean that. It also grants a new type of endeavor currency, which is shared across all endeavors, as well as neighborhood favor. Oh, what's neighborhood favor? This is a ton of information. This is great. Neighborhood favor is used to level up your house. Yeah. And earn rewards, while the endeavor currency is used to buy decorations from the visiting NPCs.
Thank you.
in either your neighborhood or in the friend's neighborhood. Oh, you even get an address. Look how cute. Oh my goodness. You get an address for your house. Like this 26 Light Bend Grove. Oh my goodness, that's so nice. P Jam Will, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. Thank you. What eye level is your house? Yeah, like link your housing achievement. Oh man, I'm gonna go so hard on this. Seating Scarlet Throne. At least the Scarlet Throne isn't a toilet. I told them they need a toilet when I tested. The only thing that they did have one kinda. They had an outhouse that you could get. But anyway. This is awesome. Find a house. Endeavors. Find a house. It's like search for a player name or something. Y'all work on your thing I suggested. You need the housing finder. Like, I mean, you need the interface where people can display and advertise their house that says like, this is a bookshop, come and visit. So, okay, or like, this is an event venue, come on in, we're having a party at 7 p.m. We need this searchable interface for people to be able to look for this kind of stuff. It's gonna be so great because people are gonna make friends and hang out together and get chairs. It's good. So does this reset often, I wonder? Like, level up your house. Is this gonna reset every month with every endeavor? Is this, I feel like it's probably gonna be seasonal. I do remember them saying at the housing summit that it would be seasonal. Not that, specifically the way they phrased it was, I think Taliesin had asked, are you going to take a seasonal approach to neighborhoods? And they said yes. Now, whatever that means could be, that's broad. That could mean a lot of things. But that's my guess. Once enough tasks have been completed in an endeavor, the entire neighborhood is rewarded together with bonus endeavor currency and neighborhood favor, as well as the ability to purchase all the decorations at the NPC, provided players have sufficient currency. Oh my goodness. Okay, so every bun benefits, meaning you don't have to go hard on this if you don't want to. You don't. Everybody will benefit if some people are doing it. At least, which is great because I know not everybody is going to be as intense about this as I will. But don't worry. Like if you are in the bun neighborhood, you can guarantee you're going to get all this shit every season without fail. Okay, without having to lift a finger really. Like we're going to handle it. Don't even worry. There will be plenty enough buns to do the work, no matter what it is. Our goals for the endeavors are threefold. To give the neighborhood a common goal to rally around to be rewarded for it collectively. It feels good to complete things together. And we want to encourage both synchronous and asynchronous play with your neighbors. Nice. That's great. To give neighborhoods a choice and how things are visually presented on a larger scale, not just in individual player-owned plots. Yeah, that makes sense. So this way, the neighborhood together can decide like what the endeavor is going to be, so we all kind of have a say in it, unless I decide for you. But no, I won't. I wouldn't do that. I would definitely let everybody have their input, and I wouldn't just pick the one that I wanted the most likely. You know, I would be considerate of the buns and their needs and desires for the endeavor every month. Introduce some asymmetry between neighborhoods to make visiting other neighborhoods more interesting. Oh, that's true. That's true. So really, because you have like I said, with 2 houses, this means that you would be able to get full rewards from 2 different endeavors every month, right? Wait. But wait a minute. But that means if you want to maximize rewards, you need to make sure you do it, or you're in a neighborhood that will do it every month. So if you're not going to do it, you need to be in an active neighborhood that will. Really. If you want to maximize. If you want to do chair maxing. But yeah. Yeah. So there is a benefit to being in a more active neighborhood. Because it means that you will get all the rewards with less work. But how fun, like what kind of work are we talking? It's supposed to be enjoyable to do. It seems like the things that they're asking you to do is stuff that you would be doing anyway. You know, that's not going to be in the way. It's just you can choose. You can choose, you can do crafting, you can do gathering, you can quest, you do dungeons or raids. Like this is what you're going to be doing and you're logged in anyways. So I don't think it's going to be like a hassle. But it's incentivizing people to engage with the system. So it's not forgotten. So it's not just something like, this is something that Preach was really, he was worried about. And I think this is the answer to that. And this is what's going to prevent this from running into the same pitfalls as MMO housing does in every other MMO. Giving people something to strive for together that everyone can share in the success and share in the rewards together and have it be fresh and different all the time. This is what's going to get people to keep coming back. It's going to keep the neighborhoods feeling alive, so we don't have dead neighborhoods. So we don't have, like, it feels like nothing changes and it feels like nothing's going on. It will always be changing. There's always going to be stuff going on. And that is the right call to make this feel like a living, breathing place. Way to go. It's awesome. Time to get out of town. This is just the start of what we're planning. What? What? This is just the start. This is a ton of stuff for neighborhoods and endeavors. Do you even realize how gigantic this feature is? Do you have any, like, can you even conceive of the immensity of housing? This is a massive addition to the game. Like, it's a huge, whole different new play style that you can do. Like, we were talking about this a little bit yesterday when people were kind of getting worried about getting to all of your mounts that you've been chasing all these years. Suddenly you're getting all of your mounts. And I said, you don't need to worry about it because you're going to have a new farm very soon. You're going to have something new to collect very soon. So we all these furniture and like housing exteriors, housing outdoor stuff. Having a large-scale, persistent multiplayer space and the ability for players to collectively contribute to it is truly exciting for us, and we can't wait to build on it with you. What do you find the most exciting? That's a good question, chat. Keep the feedback coming, and we'll see you next time. Well, I am just delighted and overjoyed with what I've seen and heard so far. Hold on. Jeez. I am congested. I'm so excited. He says, anyone else pumped about the spooky forest housing plot? Oh, let me see. Yes. Yes. I think in terms of Elwyn houses, Elwyn themed houses, Duskwood feels like a really good choice. Though I like being near water as well. I wonder if I could have some kind of a combo between spooky forest, but also near some water, like a big lake or a coast or something like that. I haven't really seen any Westfall type screenshots yet. I don't remember if that was in the B-roll that they shared with us last time. But yeah, this is awesome. Did they talk about decorations to represent player achievements? Not in this article, but I know about it. At the housing summit, they did talk about that. They said that you should be looking into your meta achievements for different kinds of furniture unlocks. Like, for example, the Dragonflight meta achievement was one that was specifically mentioned a few times, so that's something that you should probably do. Old profession progress, so like professions from old expansions. This is something that's been mentioned a couple of times as well. And old reputations. For example, in this, they talked about Val'Sharah. And so Val'Sharah rep, this might be something that the Streamweavers, right? I think it's a faction of Val'Sharah. So all these different kinds of old, I think it's something that might end up doing a lot to revitalize a whole lot of the game. Like a lot of old zones, old expansion stuff, it's all going to be there. Val'Sharah's on the coast. Maybe it could have a storefront. Val'Sharah is not going to be inspiration for these districts. So the Val'Sharah is just the, like, it's a temporary event as part of an endeavor where Val'Sharah people will roll up to the town square and put up their cool decorations and stuff. But the residential district itself for Alliance is going to be, they said, Westfall, Duskwood, Elwyn, kind of. That's where they're pulling inspiration from for that. And as for Horde, it's going to be Durotar, Barrens, Thousand Needles type stuff. So, yeah. It's going to make the old content more relevant. And I think that's something that a lot of us who've been taking part in the Collector's Bounty event and have seen how much just that revitalized the entire game. Like, I think it's been so healthy for the game to see people out and about all over the world collecting things. And I really hope this kind of, it scratches the same itch for a lot of people. I know it will for me, especially if we have this community element, you know? Redridge, I have not heard mentioned. Redridge, yeah, I haven't heard anything about Redridge. Well, but, hold on. I need to check something here. I got a message. But I'm so hyped about this. I mean, I was hyped before, but this is pretty much everything that I had been hoping to hear. There's more that I really want to know about, you know, what can we do outdoors? What unique kind of activities can we do in the housing zones that are going to become possible? What kind of different rewards are we going to get, specifically like cosmetics through this feature? What other ways are they going to support the roleplay side of things, both in terms of helping people advertise their venues and just general other tools that you might have available to do something like have a dance party or like have a club? What kind of restrictions are they going to put on this stuff? Like, what if somebody wants to sell tickets to an event? Is that allowed? I can tell you that people will find any kind of a loophole, like, or way to make this turn this into stuff that will push the limit of the TOS. Yeah, you can expect casinos, you can expect strip clubs, you can expect red light districts and paid events. Like, this is something they might want to get ahead of as well, because I can already predict shit getting wild. Truly. Man, I might need to get up for a sec. Yeah. Oh well, maybe not. basically a Moonguard style neighborhood. Oh, this is gonna be like, here's what's gonna happen. Goldshire, it's gonna be like level 1. And then if you pay, if you contact the staff and you pay, then you'll get allowed into the special VIP district run by the people in charge of the Goldshire roleplay. So it's like a VIP service that takes you into the private community, so that way you don't have to do your ERP up in the upstairs room. Yeah, it's gonna be higher class once you get past the door boss that is Lion's Pride. One thing I'm curious about is, let's say different neighborhoods choose different endeavors. Can I take my endeavor coins, go visit a different neighborhood, and buy different rewards? I think that sounds correct, because in this article they said that they want to encourage people to visit other neighborhoods. Make visiting other neighborhoods more interesting. So yeah, that sounds reasonable. It also seems like it would be easier for them, considering if there's a currency, this endeavor currency that you're getting, you know it's going to be warband currency. And therefore, you need to be able to use the same currency on your horde character, for example. And so it needs to work in your horde character's neighborhood. And given all of that information, it should be a currency that works across all neighborhoods. Because there's no way they're going to code it to be specific to the neighborhood you got it in. There's no way they're going to do that, especially with warbands. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, yeah, you earn it, and then you can spend it wherever you want. Wherever you want. I like this shows experience bar checkbox too, because this is something that like you can just focus on doing all the time. I'm so excited. It's so good. Nazi, thank you so much for the 11-month resub. It's so good to see you. Are you excited about housing? It was so good. You said we need more emotes before event stuff would be any good. Outside, maybe gambling. Honestly, I agree. We desperately need more emotes if they want to actually... If you want people to roleplay and housing. Like here in this article, they mentioned a dance party. Are you kidding me? You want to have a dance party and everybody has access to one freaking dance? I think it's going to get tiring pretty quick if everybody's using their same dance for every dance party. And you never change it. You're just always stuck to your stupid night elf. You know, come on. You're going to have to be able to unlock new emotes, but it seems like they are on the road to that. We're getting this /lean emote coming in the upcoming patch. So clearly this is something that they're aware of, that's on their radar. And I'll tell you something else. If you look at the housing footage, the B-roll footage, let me see if I can pull it up. Because I asked them about this. I did specifically tell the devs that we needed this when I had the interview. Let me get the footage. They told me to watch the footage and look at the B-roll for it. Where is that? I have it like saved on my computer, but it's gonna be a pain. We need official footage. I guess I could just pull it up for my own freaking video. I'm gonna watch my own video for it. Official. I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to find it right now. It's too hard. I can't find it. You'll have to watch my own video. Yeah, that's what I'll tell you to do. Watch my video about player housing that I put out after the housing summit. And in it, I've used the official footage that they shared with us a ton throughout that video. Watch what the NPCs are doing. And those are new emotes that they have put into the game to help accommodate this sense of living in the world, doing everyday things, stuff like that is very, very needed. Yeah. They give you an address. Oh my goodness. I know. They give you, I thought that was so cute. Check it out. I can say Light Bund Grove. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's so cute. I feel like it really matters. It's such a small little detail, but it's gonna be one of those things that really feels like it's yours and it's your special. It's your place. I think it's better than it being like Ward 25, Plot 22. This is better. Give me a street name. Yeah, it's the little things. That's right. That's right. Next on Zepla. Zepla watches Zepla's video on player housing. True. We could. It is probably going to come to that the closer we get. As I just get so excited, I'm like... closer we get to release. I'm just going to be going through my video with a freaking magnifying glass trying to find anything new from it because I want it now. Yes. Neighborhood events like a radioactive meteor makes other neighbors into zombie aliens. This is actually a good idea. Like, I know you're kidding, but I really do think we need to have stuff like crazy disaster stuff. Maybe not like a horrible disaster, but crazy happenings. Like there was a huge windstorm and now there's trees uprooted and we all need to work together. Like that kind of stuff, because that happens in Stardew Valley. And that might be a nice thing, just for some randomness to make it feel like things are not just static all the time, that there are wild events that can occur. We've had a lightning storm, or we've had, you know, whatever. I think that might be neat. Like in Stardew Valley. Maybe nothing like catastrophic, obviously, because it's housing. It's supposed to be chill. But I think you're on the right track with that. I also told them, feedback that I had, was that I'd really like there to be NPCs here that might remember you, or you could maybe give them gifts like you can in the Tillers area in Pandaria, where they like the gift or they don't like the gift, like in Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, right? I think that would be a nice little way to make the NPCs feel more lively. Let them feel like people that are coming to visit. And I've seen that there are some that will be unique. This Nightmare End, there's another tree guy over there. But yeah, can't wait. I'm so hyped. Does the article cover also how the warband houses will work? Can I visit my house from any server? You should be able to visit your house from any server, yes. You will be able, it doesn't cover that specifically, but I know it's going to be this account-wide thing. So you'll have a Horde house and an Alliance house. And any of your characters can visit either one of those houses. So that means this is an account-wide basis. So your server won't matter at all. Because they did say in this article, to create and maintain a private neighborhood, there's a minimum number of players, not characters. Which, again, tells you that this is a feature built on an account basis and not character basis. So, not having to do with your server, but your account. Oh, man. Okay. Let me see. So if we have mail, it appears at our doorstep. I know that we are going to have mailboxes at your house. I know you'll have a mailbox, but they said that they were really hesitant to add anything other than that. Anything more than that. Because they want it to be, not like a garrison. If, like, I promise, they have heard the garrison fears. Like, every time they have asked for any feedback, they have gotten that. But fortunately, it seems like this is gonna directly address some of those fears, and that it's sending you out into the world to accomplish tasks for your endeavors. The biggest problem, really, I think a lot of it shows its lessons learned from garrisons. Because the biggest problem with garrisons was really two things. One, there was too much useful stuff you could do without leaving your garrison. And two, it was antisocial. You were alone, really. And you could do everything by yourself. This solves both of those problems. It's very, very social. These are things that we all work towards together as a bun community. Everybody gets the rewards when we're done. So it's very social. And second, everything it's asking you to do is asking you to leave the housing district. You know, the Endeavor's tasks, it's all stuff that's asking you to leave your house and go into the world and do stuff so that you'll get, you know, your rewards you can drop off at your house and decorate with. So that's good. I love these comments from randoms. This is going to be Garrisons 2.0. I mean, this directly addresses the two major reasons why garrisons were bad. Just there. So, I think they've learned, I know that they've learned their lesson from that, and signs are really positive. When you got your sneak peek, did you have any idea if there's like a visitor's book to leave messages? We did ask about that. I think we did ask about that. Told them that we wanted it. It is not something that they had made yet, but I can tell you that a huge part of their development process is designed around listening to what players are asking for and delivering that. This is something that I would say they've carved out a gigantic chunk of time to. So if there's popular features, they will happen. That's really like a cornerstone of their design process here. They're not just gonna guess what people want. They'll do that as much as they can. But we heard it a million times. We all did. Can we have this? And the answer was, if players ask for it and it's popular request, we will do it. That's why they're giving out all this information now, actually. At the start of this article, it said, you know, we're sharing this ahead of time to get your feedback. Because frankly, we're getting this information about housing way in advance. Way in advance of when we're supposed to be getting it. Like, all things being normal, this is a feature that's not coming till freaking fall. And they're telling us a ton of info now so that they can adjust accordingly now before it's out. It's kind of a questionable marketing decision too, because this is an expansion selling feature. And in terms of timing and marketing, this is something that typically you would want to wait until much closer to that time. But they're doing it this way because they want the feedback, and really appreciate it. I hope they can live up to the promises. So far, I can tell you that they, everything that I've personally seen was great. So, for me, I'm not really talking just based on hope. I played it, and everybody else there felt the same way I did. So that's why I'm really so enthused, because I had my hands on it, I tested it, and it was great. And everybody had a really good time with it, and that was without any of the neighborhood stuff. So I'm extremely hyped. Yeah, the housing devs really have their hearts in the right place. I can tell you too. I overheard the housing lead talking to a coworker saying, "Hey, I really wish that they'll just tell us everything they hate about it and everything that sucks about it, and it's not going to hurt my feelings because my ego isn't tied in this. I just want it to be the best that it can be." I heard him say this to a coworker when I was like, I can hear really well with my ears. And I remember hearing that. I was like, wow. Hell yeah, man. That's great. That's awesome. I really got the sense that all they want is it to be the best housing system in an MMO that has ever been. I think it's possible. I really do think it's possible. So yeah, hyped. They've learned from previous expansions, but they announced all the features at once without public feedback. And it's already, yes, that's true. That is very true. It's something like this. They said it's such a player, oh my God, that's so gross. I'm so sorry. I know that's disgusting. I'm still kind of overcoming my sickness and I'm still really congested. It's so nasty. I'm trying to mute the mic when I need to cough, but sometimes I miss it. Sorry. I'm doing my best here, okay? I know. It's not fun for me either. I promise. Yeah, my mic is very sensitive, so it's super nasty. I just need to get better. No. Well, this news definitely made me feel... It lifted my spirits quite a lot. Because this is really exactly what I wanted to hear and see. And... Hey, Blizzard. Can we do Housing Summit 2? Electric Boogaloo. I could test it some more. Let me look. Take me back. I will look at it. Yeah. Yeah. The approach is great. They really care, and I'm trying to like look through the screenshots to see if there's anything that I'm missing that I'm looking here in the distance, like housing plots on the hill. There's one by the road. Time to get out of town. Great. What are people saying about this? Let me refresh, see if there's been any comments. 273 comments. I mean, it's pretty hype. Oh, this is on the... You kids, get off my lawn. It's looking pretty great. Yes, it is. It is. It really brings a tear to the eye. Only thing that I want... Frankly, I want an elf zone. Like, look, Elwyn Forest is great and all. Duskwood is probably where I would try to set up. But I want a Night Elf area. I'll settle for an Eversong Woods area, guys. Looks interesting, but I might not commit to it at all if I have to own that ghastly looking orc horde house. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to change the exterior to look how you want. And by the way, you get an alliance house as well. So you do not have to use the horde house if you do not want to. You can make your alliance house and then live in it as your blood elf. It's without a problem. So don't stress about this. I'd rather the Endeavor system not be FOMO. Do you like the different themes? It's not FOMO if you can choose which Endeavor you want. So if you missed it one month, then next month you could just choose Val'Sharah Endeavor, right? In a private neighborhood, you have the ability to do that. And if it's possible for you to visit another neighborhood that has a different Endeavor going on and use your currency there, then it shouldn't be an issue. But I also feel like I might get hate for this. I also feel like a little FOMO not heavy FOMO, a little bit. Stuff that comes back later is not bad in an MMO where you want people to play together. I've experienced what happens when there's literally nothing, there's no reason for people to play together at the same time at all. There's no urgency, there's no reason for us to all log in together. And it sucks. It sucks when that happens, because then what happens is people just log in whenever they feel like they don't need to now. They can do it in 3 months from now, they can do it in 5 months from now, they could, you know, and nobody ever does anything together because of this. You know, there's a reason why we all agree to meet up at certain times for social things. Yeah. What if we just want to live alone, though? Part of why FF14 housing sucks is the fact you're forced to live in neighborhoods. What? I have actually, of all the things you could complain about with FF14 housing, living in a neighborhood is not it. Like, there's so many... Dude, I'm sorry, but there are so many things wrong with FF14 housing. This is the least of your problems. Who in the world is playing FF14? You finally got your house and you're like, oh, but I can't believe I got my house. Finally, I won the lottery, but I can't believe I have to live in the neighborhood. Nobody's saying that. But they did say, actually, in the article, there are hermit plots if you don't want to be around other people. Apparently they have considered that already. At one point, I treated getting a house in 14 like it was a second job. I know people that, like, I think Todd, Llama Todd, man, I'm congested. It's so bad. Llama Todd, he has been getting into every housing lottery for years at this point. And he loses every time. It's been years. He just loses every single lottery. It's insane. Just keeps losing. It's really seems like he should have won by now, but he doesn't. Club scene in WoW? Actually, yes. I see this happening. I actually see this happening where we're gonna have DJs, we're gonna have clubbing going on. I'm not even kidding you. This will occur. And a lot of it is gonna be people who literally packed up their whole operation from FF14 and dropped it off in World of Warcraft because they're not gonna get evicted when they unsub. Like this, I know a ton of people that are still, they stay subscribed just because they don't want to lose their house. You know, like it's, if that's the only reason you're subscribed, it's not good. It's not good. The odds are not in his favor. I know. Banan Jock, thank you for the 7-month resub. Southboy B, thank you for the 63-month resub. I really appreciate that. This is going to be released this fall. That is what is on the calendar, the roadmap for 2025. So I'm expecting September, October-ish. That's my guess. Which is really soon. Oh my god. I mean, August is next month. Can you believe it? It's probably going to be October, maybe November, fall. That's really soon. Like, we're actually coming up on this. Yes. And let me tell you something else. My prediction is they are gonna make bank with this feature. They're gonna make bank with this feature. Okay. Like, I bet they're gonna sell on the cash shop like a mage tower exterior appearance for your house. I bet they're gonna sell, they said, really, anything is up for grabs on the cash shop except stuff that is tied to your class race fantasy. So maybe class fantasy means that mage tower wouldn't be on the cash shop, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, mage tower, that feels very, that's class fantasy, isn't it? Where do you draw the line? Yeah. It's gonna be, really soon. It's already mid-2025. I'm scared. Yeah, once I realize that it's almost August and that summer's gonna be over soon, I'm actually freaking out internally right now. Oh my god. That's a little upsetting, but it's okay because we're gonna get housing soon. If housing enforces human architecture, here's the thing. Don't stress. I really think you shouldn't stress about the exterior. I'm sure that exterior is something that you're gonna be able to customize because this is something that they can sell on the cash shop. So that's how you know you're gonna be able to customize it. Especially because they made the rule so that whatever size your house appears to be on the outside is not gonna correlate with what size it actually is. So it can look like a shack on the outside, but can be a mansion on the inside, or vice versa. It can look like a mansion, but really be tiny. That is up to you to decide. And I think that is going to be another reason that they'll be able to just sell you any kind of crazy exterior that you want on the cash shop. So it's like a TARDIS situation. Yes, yes. Yes, it's exactly like that. Summer only started 20 days ago. Yeah, so, man, it's good. I'm so hyped. I was so excited. I wanted to see what else people say. It is really hot in here. I did set up the window unit, but, it's not installed properly. And so it was leaking coolant everywhere. So I can't fix that right now. Yeah, I know. You know what I guess maybe you could do? No, you can't make a private neighborhood with only you in it. If you're really that much of a hermit. But it's also like, you can set it so nobody comes to your property. Like, nobody can go on your property, nobody can go into your house. So, if it's something... If you just want to be left alone, you have the option to do that. Nobody's going to be knocking on your door or walking through your yard if you don't want it. You can make sure the kids stay off your lawn. If you can't handle it. I wonder how big the property is. I wonder that too. All we have to go on right now are these pictures. These are the first pictures really of the exterior that we've seen, so maybe we can kind of guesstimate. I see a meeting stone. I guess that's a furnishing? God, I hope you can have a different kind of meeting stone. That thing is ugly. Like... I want something tiny. Like, my aetheryte at my FF14 house, I usually hide that thing in the back because it's just kind of an eyesore. I don't know. I don't want that gigantic, ugly meeting rock in front of my house. See, the Duskwood house, I think, kind of gives you a decent idea of how big the space is. It feels like maybe a little bit more space than you might have get in an FF14 plot. It's kind of hard to tell because some of these are cut off, like this one's on the cliff. So we don't really know, but I doubt it's going to be like, you're not going to have a huge field or anything to yourself. Like here, maybe about the size of your large house exterior in FF14. That seems like a reasonable guess. Yeah. Hi, Ensifer. Hi, Koofy. I am doing amazing because we just got housing news. And they're finally telling us everything about the neighborhoods. And I am so fixated on this, y'all. I'm so excited. Because... you know, there was a lot of cynical people at the housing summit. People that are normally kind of down in the dumps and critical of World of Warcraft. And when I tell you, everybody there had only like teeny tiny gripes. Like everybody, even the most cynical people, were really, really impressed with how good it was in such an early build. So that's why, like, I feel very strongly about it, because I have confidence in the devs. And I'm putting them on a ton of pressure by saying this. But really, I believe they earned it. Anyone notice the creepy Volpera? It's not creepy. It's kawaii. Thank you. Suramar. We all want Suramar. Yes, we all want Suramar neighborhood. That's not gonna happen soon. I asked about that. That's not gonna I asked about getting apartments or small properties in other areas, and that is not on the agenda anytime soon. They have to get the launch build out first, and then maybe in future expansions they can look at that. It's just too much work for them to start adding like new locations. Yeah. For now, they can decorate Night Elf on their human. Yeah, that's what I think. You'll probably be able to get a Night Elf exterior. Horde stuff looks too cutesy. This is Warcraft. What? What? What are you talking about? It's a house. What do you want to put people's... You want to put spikes on... Like, heads on spikes in your front yard? What kind of war do you want happening at your house? If a filthy alliance comes near my plot. They're getting domed with my two-hand axe. I feel like, as an Earthen, it's a little early for you to be saying things like a filthy alliance. Okay, you just joined the Horde, and half of your people joined the alliance. Okay? Like, come on. You've been in the Horde, what, like 6 months or something? Chill. I don't know. I agree that exterior of the homes need heavy customization, and this is something they're gonna cash in on so hard. I'm sure of it. Midnight looks like it's gonna be made or broken by ambition. What? Ambition? I don't really know what that means in the context of housing. I do have ambition in terms of collecting every couch and chair item. Like, do you realize the lengths that I'm going to go to collect one new type of chair? I'm worried we are going to go through our Endeavor system so fast that it's like this thing that's supposed to take you a month is going to take us a day because we're going to go so hard on it. This is going to be so easy. We are going to blast through it and sweat so much. Zais, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't even joke like that. Don't try to start shit in here with the gnome high chair drama. We're not starting gnome high chair drama. Stop it. Don't. That's very rude of you to suggest. And I'm offended. Oh my god. Heaven forbid we get stuff. What do you mean Horde stuff looks cute? It doesn't matter. We already talked about that. You can choose to relinquish a house at any time, at which point your house estate will be saved. Yes. Unpack and click to purchase a new house. Yeah, that's a huge win. So you don't have to worry or stress about it if you're trying to just move. Go to a different neighborhood or whatever. To get a house with private neighborhoods, do we need several players? Can you have one for yourself? You need several players. You need several players. It says it here. To create a private neighborhood, there's a minimum number of players. And a minimum number of players who must live in the neighborhood. This is due to technical concerns. Server and database performance. Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's wonderful that it's infinitely scaling up to the number of neighborhoods that the game actually needs. But if they let every player just have their own neighborhood all to themselves, like, come on. Like, we need to draw the line somewhere. Goddamn. It's crazy. Just like, what? Look, I promise that the neighborhood and living next to another person is not going to be as social as you think. Like, people, that's why they have to have this Endeavor system with a town square. Because in FF14, I never talk to my neighbor. I played that game for like, I've been playing it for almost 10 years. 10 years, actually. Do my neighbors ever say a word to me? No, they never did. They never did. That's why you need this kind of shit. Because they're not going to be knocking on your door asking you for a cup of sugar. I promise. You don't need to stress about that. These FF14 ward hoarders would be so mad. I can imagine them going, wait. You mean I have to have friends to get this ward? Oh, but you don't. They won't be mad, and they will get what they want in World of Warcraft, because all you really need is multiple accounts, and these people have a shitload of accounts. So rest assured, the ward hoarders will be alive and well, because they will just spend crazy money on like 100 accounts. It's all them. They're gonna multi-box the crap out of this feature. Yes. How, like, whatever the minimum is, that's how many accounts they'll get. Yeah. Do you not play FF14 anymore? I'm on a break. We're on a break because I did not enjoy Dawn Trail. And I'm not having good time with Dawn Trail. So I'm waiting for 8.0 essentially. That's kind of where we're at with it. I'm not going to force myself to play it if I'm not having fun right now. That's not healthy. Not helping. Yeah, we're on a break. Yeah, it's I went back to my ex World of Warcraft. It's yeah, it's just my ex really got his shit together and is doing so well lately. And really treating me so good. So I would really matured with age. Yeah, I mean, he went through a rough patch there for a while. I thought he wasn't going to recover. Like, it was bad. But lately, really turned over a new leaf. On by with his new house mod. Ooh, baby. You know what I need. You know me better. Oh my god. Man, I used to get so butthurt about this too. Whenever people would be like, I don't know, I was just really uptight for a while. Because people would be like, oh, so is well like your ex that you used to be with and now, and at the time I used to be like, guys, it is not okay to like treat these video games and talk about them like they are people. Okay, this analogy is inappropriate. It is a product, and I am a consumer of the product. So, I don't appreciate it. You saying these things. I was really uptight for a bit. Like, we can joke about it. It's okay. It's fine. So, Zepla texted WoW after Dawn Trail. god. Oh my god. Hey! How you been? Haven't heard from you in a while. That's so funny. God. I'm gonna cough up a lung laughing so much. Yeah. New TWW, who this? For real. What the f? What is this? Comment. I'm so excited. I think I'm just gonna go throw up. Oh my god. Okay. This looks more Disney than Warcraft. What? I want all the terrain gone. My exterior fauna. Oh, it's the same guy from before. It's the really edgy guy. It'll be a lion impaled on spikes leading up the main road. Bro, what did the Alliance do to you? You haven't even been in the Horde long enough for anything bad to have happened. It's not even like you can be like, my parents were killed at Camp Tarajo. Because you just freaking came out of the caves, man. You just came out of the coreway. And what's even happened in the 5 months? I don't know. What's it? You can't be like that. You're an Earthen. If you let me farm 1,000 Night Elf skulls to stack in my backyard, I will farm 1,000 Night Elf skulls. Well, maybe they'll have the 1,000 Night Elf skull variety pack available on the cash shop for you. That's possible. Might be able to get a discount. Please understand, this is a house for you to collect chairs in. And have like a cute bed and stuff. Like, I don't... Please relax. Well, I'm super excited about the different biomes and customizing our yards. Bummed I can't just have a private neighborhood by myself. You can if you buy 100 accounts. You know, where there's a... You can swipe for it, but it will be expensive. Okay. I was kind of interested, but now I'm just seeing it's way too complicated. And their attempt at not being complicated. What's complicated about it? You don't even have to do anything. Okay, look. Is this complicated? You do quests and you get points. If it's too complicated, you don't even have to do anything. Other people will do it for you, and you will get the reward automatically. You said they're a warrior. That's because warrior. That's alright. That's alright. Classic warrior player. Oh my god. Look at the upper right-hand corner, to the right of the orc house roof. It's a blood elf tower. I noticed that as well, but I think it might just be, like, an environmental detail. I doubt it's for player, right? That would be pretty sick. If you could choose, like, a blood elf tower to live in, man, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Optimus Prime.
Emerald DK, thank you for the 2-month resub. Housing hype indeed. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped about this. They don't know the meaning of complicated until they go through the trials of trying to get a house in Final Fantasy. Oh my god, I know. I know. I know. The lottery. Okay. I can't help but be worried how the system will play out in practice, especially knowing how the WoW community tends to behave. Okay, fair. Most WoW players are notoriously antisocial, unless there's a tangible reward on the line. And even then, it becomes a competition rather than a collaboration. Okay, how are we going to compete? We will compete over who has the best looking house, obviously. A little competition is healthy. The idea of endeavors and persistent neighborhoods is great for immersive players or close-knit friends. But in reality, this opens the door to a lot of potential drama, especially in private neighborhoods or guild-run ones. Let me say that wherever there is going to be a social feature where players are communicating with each other, there will be drama. You cannot have one without the other. It is inevitable. Yes, obviously there will be drama in neighborhoods. There's gonna be drama with who lives next to who. There's gonna be drama with people being weird champs. There's gonna be drama with who decides what. Like, there's gonna be tons of it because that's just the nature of social play. But you have tools to deal with this. You can easily move. You can join a different private neighborhood without any friction. And there's really not that much to fight about. Like, in terms of the systems, in terms of the actual game systems, you're just filling up the bar here, man. That's it. Like, all the drama that's gonna happen is stuff that players will impose on it. That just kind of goes with the territory of general social drama in a multiplayer game. Yes. Hold on. It's easy to imagine min-maxers and control-hungry guild leaders turning this into yet another checklist of mandatory chores. People getting kicked from neighborhoods or even guilds for not grinding enough neighborhood favor. Or worse, being removed just because their house doesn't fit the aesthetic or looks better than someone else's. Do you think I would do such a thing? I need to have the most beautiful house in all the land. Yeah, I'm like taking notes. Oh, good idea. You can't have any, like... Make your house uglier now, or I will remove you from the neighborhood because I have to have the most beautiful house. So I'm going to copy everything that you did, and then I will keep it. So you make your house uglier so that I will have the most beautiful house. Listen, sometimes it's not a bad thing to leave the community that treats you like shit, right? Like sometimes sometimes people are doing you a favor by removing you, right? Okay. Systems that like I don't have this grim of a view of this. I don't think this is gonna be that difficult, but you'll need to min-max it. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most prettiest house? Yes. Oh god. It's like, Zeiss, I need to talk to you about your participation in the neighborhood this month. I noticed that you didn't mow the lawn, and I noticed that you didn't remove your seasonally inappropriate decorations, and I noticed that you did not do enough questing to contribute to our neighborhood endeavor score. As a result, I am putting you on probation now. And you better get your shit together and work overtime in next month, or I'm gonna evict you. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Can we have a... Can we put the Bunarchus and the stocks in the town square? It's like a punishment. Oh my god. Oh my god. We can do progress report add-on. Okay, everybody, make sure you install your progress report add-on so we know exactly how much everybody contributed. Here's the thing. If you're a bad person, you can make any system bad for other people. Okay? It just takes a little bit of creativity on your part. And you can make other people's lives hell with even the tiniest amount of power that you have over them. It's like some people really cannot handle even the tiniest sliver of power and responsibility, really. We all know people like that, and I just hope to God they're not going to be in charge of your neighborhood. Could you, like, stage a coup and everybody votes to remove a person? You probably have to just start over with a new neighborhood. Wait a minute. I have an idea. Okay. Wait. I just realized something. What if you make a private neighborhood with this minimum number of players that are required to make the private neighborhood, but then half of those people leave? What happens to the neighborhood? Is this how you can, like, have less people in the private neighborhood? Because you can't prevent people from leaving. How will that work? You know? Could it be one of these things like, to make a guild charter, for example, you need 5 players, but after the guild charter is made, 4 of those people can leave, and you still have the guild. I wonder if people might try to use a similar loophole for the neighborhoods. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Yeah. Wow, Survivor, we could do a reality TV show. The regret timer. Though the plot becomes instantly available when the timer ends. Easy workaround. Assuming the timer is consistent. Just organize when and keep it secret. Oh my god, look, they're talking about selling. They're talking about buying and selling already. They're already strategizing. But if everybody can get a plot, why would you want to sell a plot in a particular neighborhood? Minimize potential competing buyers showing up when it becomes available. They're already planning this out. Expect crowding and competitive rapid clicking around popular plots if anyone gives the location up. But what would make a plot popular? Plots don't run out. They don't run out. We know that they don't run out, so we're not going to have this issue. We're not going to have this issue. I don't know. Why are all these commenters doom posting? Because it's the World of Warcraft official forums. It's the forums. And this is what happens in every video game forum. Because most of the people that, like, think it's awesome, they just smile and say, great, I'm looking forward to it. And then they go back to playing the game. Right? But... playable gnolls? Like, bro, that doesn't have anything to do with this. What are you talking about? What? This is about housing, man. What do gnolls have to do with this? This is really exciting. Yes. What they describe is just their attempt to give you something to do and engage with housing aside of just decorations. Yes, that's why it's gonna be a win. This is why this is gonna be great. It's January-ish. What? I thought it was... No, it's sooner than that. It's in the fall. That was what I seen on the roadmap, right? Why are you saying January? I would have to find that roadmap and show you because it was pretty recent. Okay. Oh. I'm a bit concerned about the apparent lack of ability for public neighborhoods to self-curate. There's a pretty wide spectrum between I want to live with my guild, I want to live with a specific 50 people, and I want to live with literally anyone doing anything they want. Bro, you're not gonna live with them. It's not gonna be like Jersey Shore. Like, I don't know what you're imagining. You're not gonna personally shake hands with every person that lives in your neighborhood. Like, they're not gonna be... You're not gonna wake up and see them brushing their teeth and making you breakfast. At least maybe not without you inviting them in to do that first. By which I mean that I, being part of a small IRL friend group guild, would really enjoy being in a public neighborhood that the server keeps full and active. But I'd also hate to be in an otherwise nice and immersive neighborhood. Have that one guy in the center who keeps making his lawn into anime waifus. Twitch emotes. And phallic sculptures. Man, I want that guy in my neighborhood. That guy sounds really cool. That guy is based. Why would you go there? You can't do anything about bunarchists in your neighborhood. I'm sorry. You just have to have a private one, I guess. You could have an application process and do an interview before they're allowed to join your private neighborhood. Ask them if they own any Dakimakuras or if they know what weird champ means. Man, this is gonna be so funny. This is like, it's hilarious to see some of the concerns that people have. As it stands, it looks like the only solution for a guaranteed immersive neighborhood on RP servers will be chartered neighborhoods. But then the continued existence of the neighborhood is contingent on a minimum level of those players remaining active. If too many people are unsubbed in the middle of an expansion, suddenly your neighborhood closes. What? No, that's not what happens. You don't... It's not FF14, where you have to stay subbed. You could just start a new one, I guess, if everyone stopped participating. It's not gonna close your neighborhood. I don't know. There was a mention about making sure players could find their kind of neighborhood with like-minded people. I mean, you're probably gonna have to... There's gonna be, I think, community resources that pop up around this. Like, most likely, Discord servers, like RP communities that you might already be a part of. They'll probably be advertising their private neighborhoods, so I don't think it's gonna be that hard to find the vibe that you're looking for. But I do think that they need to have something in-game that helps players advertise what kind of a house they have or what kind of a neighborhood they have. I think that would be good. So yeah, I think it's still something worth thinking about for them to be thinking about. Here. Yep. You could troll RPers with this, but I do think that they were asked about that at the Housing Summit. And, you know, there's already... RP servers have rules in place about trolling role players. Like, you will get account action taken against you if you try to troll role players who are doing that on an RP server. Like there are protections role players have, and they said that they are going to keep RP server protections in account for the neighborhoods that are made on those RP servers. So that's something that is they're aware of. It's kind of like, although you could participate in the neighborhood from any server, it's still gonna be like kind of like how a guild is made on a server, so it's associated with that server, you know. Is there a way for a guild to have 2 neighborhoods? 1 horde, 1 alliance? Oh yeah, I mean, I guess you'd have to make separate ones. But you could, well we might end up doing that. For our bun buns. Emerald, thank you for the 2-month resub, by the way. How would that work with these minimum number of people in a neighborhood? That was my question, and that's something that they do need to clarify. Should have made these neighborhoods neutral. I disagree. I think it's a good idea for them to make it 1 horde and 1 alliance, because I think in the future, maybe future expansions down the line, then they can start making neutral ones that are maybe thematic to an expansion. The biggest question y'all have yet to answer: how do we decide who gets what plot? I guess you get there first, right? You just go there first. You click on it. There's no lottery. They've already said there's gonna be no lottery. Yeah. So, for public neighborhoods, if the plot you want isn't available, you'll just go to a different public neighborhood where it is available. You'll just have to keep searching until you get the one that you want. I mean, do you realize they're gonna scale infinitely? They're just gonna keep being generated. But I wonder if it might end up being a pain in the ass. Yeah. This is gonna crash the game. It does feel like it. It does feel like that it could. Yes. I think people are gonna love it. I really do, based on what I've seen so far. Like, neighborhoods notwithstanding, I had so much fun decorating my house, and collecting the furniture is gonna be fun. Like, this is stuff that I know for a fact you will like doing, that is easy to do, that is interesting to do. So, no matter what else, it's gonna fill a niche that has been sorely missing. This other stuff with the neighborhood, though, I think it's gonna be the cherry on top. That's gonna make it actually really amazing. I have only good feelings about it, but it's good. It's still worth thinking of what maybe people have come up with concerns that I haven't thought of. Yeah. Can we just have houses and let the grind just be having rewards from locations in the game? Yes, you can do that. Like, you're not forced to participate in the housing endeavor system at all. You don't have to do that. You can just, you know, gather stuff throughout the world, do your reputation grind, do your crafting, do your gathering stuff, and that's enough. Nobody's making you do this. You're saying housing will make me stop leveling shamans and hunters for a while. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe there's gonna be like a chair reward for leveling up 10 different shamans. Who knows what they're gonna make you do? Like, I would like them to maybe let me buy some furniture from the class halls, for example. So that it rewards you for all kinds of stuff that you want to do in the game. Okay, well, I think I've covered this at length, and I'm done talking about it. For now, I'll probably consider making a video on it, since I'm trying to make sure all the housing stuff is covered on my channel. Housing is super important to me. Super, super important. Yes, this is actually right. Endeavors to me sound a lot like the trading post. Yes, just play the game and you will get currency. That's right. Actually correct. That is how that sounds. It will just let you do what you want to get your crap. They're not gonna make you stress over this.